Warren Buffett's life is not merely a story. It is an epic, living, breathing masterclass in human potential, a journey that transcends wealth and money, a narrative stitched together by vision, discipline, patience, courage, humility, relentless curiosity, and the unyielding pursuit of knowledge that shapes not just portfolios, but entire generations. Born in 1930 in the unassuming city of Omaha, Nebraska, Buffett entered a world devoid of privilege, shortcuts, or guarantees. There was no inherited fortune, no silver spoon, no preordained path to success. What he did have was a blank canvas, a voracious mind, and a burning, unshakable desire to understand the world in ways few could imagine. From the very beginning, the boy who would become the Oracle of Omaha displayed a hunger for insight that far surpassed his peers. Books were not merely reading, they were lifelines, oxygen for a mind that refused to remain ordinary. Questions flowed ceaselessly from his lips, some unsettling, others profound, as he traced patterns and uncovered truths that adults often ignored. By age 6, he made his first investment, a modest purchase of stock, and planted the seed of a philosophy that would ultimately reshape the way humanity views wealth. True wealth compounds quietly, patiently, intelligently, far beyond the reach of luck, hype, or impulsive action. Buffett's genius was no accident. It was forged in the fires of ordinary labor and relentless curiosity. Childhood was not a playground. It was a living classroom of human behavior, strategy, persistence, and the subtle magic of compounding effort over time. He delivered newspapers through freezing winters, sold gum door to door, ran pinball machines for profit, collected and resold used golf balls, and experimented with ventures others deemed trivial or foolish. Each seemingly minor endeavor was in reality a microcosm of the business world, a laboratory in human psychology and decision-making. While other children played, Buffett observed. While others squandered hours, he calculated, analyzed, and dreamed. Early on, he understood a profound truth. Wealth, mastery, and influence are never given. They are earned through preparation, observation, patience, and decisive action when opportunity arises. Even as a child, Buffett noticed patterns invisible to adults. He observed human nature in its rawest form: fear, greed, impatience, procrastination, and learned to master it with surgical precision. He saw that the world overvalues immediate gratification, underestimates long-term consequences, and allows emotions to cloud judgment. By his teenage years, he wasn't just saving pennies, he was training his mind to anticipate trends, recognize opportunity, think logically, and act ethically, well before most even understood these principles. Buffett internalized the truth that life rewards the patient, the disciplined, and the strategically focused, and punishes impulsivity, speculation, and short-sighted thinking. Formal education became scaffolding, not crutches, for his extraordinary mind. At the University of Nebraska, and later at Columbia Business School under Benjamin Graham, Buffett absorbed the immutable laws of wealth, value, and intelligent decision-making. Always favor intrinsic worth over hype, fundamentals over appearances, long-term vision over short-term gratification, and consistent, rational action over emotional reactions. He learned to separate signal from noise, to see decades ahead while others chased immediate results, and to discover opportunity in chaos. He internalized a truth that most never grasp. Success is not measured by speed or fleeting victories. It is the accumulation of disciplined, intelligent action applied consistently over time. His education, both formal and experiential, was the foundation upon which his legendary career would be built. Buffett's choice to remain in Omaha, far from Wall Street glamour, reflected his philosophy. True success is built on foundations, not flash, on principles, not popularity. Over decades, he transformed Berkshire Hathaway from a struggling textile company into a global powerhouse spanning insurance, energy, transportation, media, retail, and more. Each acquisition, each strategic decision was guided by a single principle. Patience compounds faster than luck, and principled, consistent action always outperforms speculation and hype. Berkshire Hathaway became a living testament to disciplined thought, ethical decision-making, and the quiet power of long-term vision. Every shareholder letter, every annual meeting, and every investment choice reflected decades of meticulous analysis, foresight, and integrity. Yet Buffett's life is much richer than financial triumph. Despite a fortune surpassing $100 billion, he lives simply in the same Omaha home purchased decades ago, driving modest cars, valuing relationships, character, and integrity above material display. He embodies a truth most ignore. Wealth without purpose is hollow. Success without character is empty. His $37 billion philanthropic pledge, one of the largest in history, was not for spectacle, but principle. The true measure of life lies not in what you accumulate, but in what you give, in the lives you touch, and the legacy you leave. Through interviews, letters, speeches, and teachings, Buffett's lessons transcend finance. They are lessons in life itself. Embrace failure as a teacher. Recognize that discipline beats luck. Think decades ahead in a world addicted to instant gratification. Act rationally when others panic, and invest relentlessly in yourself, your mind, judgment, character, and skills. The most powerful investment, he teaches, is internal. Knowledge compounded with patience, courage, and ethical action will naturally produce wealth, influence, and fulfillment. His philosophy reverberates across generations. Knowledge, patience, and ethical action form the trinity of true success. Buffett demonstrates that greatness is never a product of privilege or circumstance. It is born of curiosity, relentless study, disciplined action, patience, and ethical living. From delivering newspapers to running a global empire, he proves that anyone willing to adopt the right mindset, cultivate knowledge, act consistently, and stay disciplined can rise from humble beginnings to create extraordinary impact. His story is a call to action for dreamers everywhere. Start where you are, study relentlessly, think long-term, act decisively, embrace failure as feedback, and persist even when the world doubts you. Every story, every decision, every principle in Buffett's life carries a singular, uncompromising truth. Wealth, mastery, and legacy are not given. They are earned, compounded over time, forged with vision guided by discipline, courage executed with patience, and action driven by principle. Ordinary beginnings can produce extraordinary achievements when one learns, focuses, perseveres, and acts with integrity. Buffett's journey is not just a biography, it is a manifesto for deliberate living, strategic action, and purposeful achievement. The ultimate lesson: greatness is never inherited, nor is it the product of luck or fame. It is cultivated, nurtured, compounded through relentless learning, disciplined action, unwavering ethics, and deliberate choices. Buffett's life is a beacon for those willing to start small, act wisely, think long-term, learn relentlessly, persist through failure, and embrace the compounding power of patience and principled action. Knowledge becomes power, patience becomes wealth, courage becomes impact, and character becomes legacy. No matter your starting point, Buffett proves that vision, discipline, patience, courage, and ethics are the true architects of success. His life teaches the extraordinary power of compounding, not just of money, but of habits, choices, knowledge, effort, and character. Every day, every decision, every learning moment compounds into a foundation for decades of extraordinary impact. Time, when leveraged wisely, transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. His legacy is a clarion call. Success without generosity is incomplete. Power without humility is fragile. Wealth without purpose is hollow. The greatest returns, he shows, come not from capital alone, but from people, relationships, knowledge, and character. Buffett leaves a blueprint for those who seek wealth, meaning, contribution, and lasting impact. Warren Buffett's story challenges every reader, listener, and learner. Think bigger, act smarter, live better. The boy who scavenged golf balls demonstrates that consistent, principled effort compounds far beyond immediate results. Patience outweighs speed. Vision outweighs trend chasing. Decades-long thinking outperforms short-term desire. Every habit, every choice, every incremental improvement matters, especially when compounded over a lifetime. Time is the ally of the disciplined. Slow, steady accumulation of knowledge, experience, and integrity always outperforms